Thank you for asking. And welcome to the first episode of a new series I'm calling A Reading from the Book of Warcorpse, where I, written by the by his handlers from the zoo. Anyway, as some of you will know, about 2 months ago now, which is a fuck of a long time, or a fuck of a long time longer than I planned it being. Apologies for the slight delay. There was a strike on the channel and general election and stuff. Stuff basically got in the fucking way, okay? And in exchange for doing that debate with Mr. Corpse, the 666 Meister, I've got copyright-free and royalty-free access to his fucking ludicrous books. And when I say books, they're sort of extended pamphlets mostly, and they're so poorly written it's untrue. And so I'm going to take a read through them and dissect them, mainly dissecting the incredibly poor grammar. And it did actually briefly, it made me briefly consider calling this series a Grammar Feminazi Reads, but I thought that's just too convoluted. It would be funny for the 12 people that would get it, but fuck that. Anyway, so we're going to take a look through his books and tear them apart. It'll be fun for me. Hopefully it'll be fun for you. Actually, that could be the tagline for my fucking channel. It'll be fun for me. Hopefully it'll be fun for you, but I sort of don't care if it isn't. Anyway, yeah. So let's take a look at this. His book. Right, we're gonna start this series off by taking a look at his book, Kissing and Shitting the Stars. Delightful. Let me just briefly check. Oh, for fuck's sake, go away. Let me just briefly check that it's actually showing up on the screen. It is. Okay. Right then. Oh. Right, yes. First thing to note, and it's a portent for the kind of shit that's going to happen in this book. You'll notice there, kissing and shitting the stars. Shitting spelled correctly, although capitalized, so I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. But you can also notice in the actual title of the thing, so the title for the book, shitting has one T. So he's even misspelled the title of his own fucking book. It doesn't bode well, Dave. I'll be honest, mate. To Sarah French, next time I'm coming after you. Creepy. I mean, just I'm sure to that person there's something sweet, possibly to that and touching or whatever, but it just sounds like you're gonna go after her, which is anyway. The foreword is bollocks, right? You can pause the video and read it if you want to, but it doesn't actually say anything. Basically, this book is him going through celebrities and what he thinks of them, bit one by one. So we start off with Bill Maher. Right, let's just get into it. Bill Maher. Well. And by the way, it should be well, comma, well. Right, every time I say comma during the thing, it's to point out that he's missed out a comma, okay? That will happen a lot in this series, okay? So, well, comma, well. Where to start with this pompous asshole? Why is asshole 2 words there? That's weird. Anyway, with one hand, he sits there and he complains and cries about how the evil corporate America is. That sentence doesn't make any sense, Warcorpse. Jesus Christ. With one hand. Are you saying he's got one hand? Because, I mean, the way you've written that, you're such a poor grasp of the English language means you've literally just said Bill Maher has one fucking hand. And he doesn't. He has 2. I've seen them. They're for real. So with one hand, he sits there and he complains. I think you meant to say, and he complains and cries about how the evil corporate. Why have you put the word "the" in there? It should just be how evil corporate America is. So there's, I mean, how many is that? 4 mistakes in one sentence? Well done. You reread these Warcorpse. Do you proofread these at all, or do you just write it once and then just publish? It's ridiculous. Coming to destroy everything that is good and pure with the country and the common man. Right, so I think, right, that should be still part of this previous sentence. So it should be, comma, no capital C, da, 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 da. this is going to be a long series, people. Even though he hasn't been a common man for a very long fucking time. You'll notice he puts the word fucking in lots of sentences where it's not really necessary. But anyway. Also, just because Bill Maher hasn't been a common man for a long time doesn't mean he can't take the concerns of the common man seriously. Warcorpse. I mean, really, that's asinine. Anyway. I mean, hell, he's been on television for 20 fucking years, probably making somewhere in the 6 to 7 figure salaried range every year. All right, 6 to 7. Should that be just 6-7? 6 to 7 figure? I don't know. Maybe I've been pernickety there. I don't know. Yet, he tries to get people to think that he still has the cares and concerns of everyday fucking Americans. I don't fucking think so. You know, Bill, before you start whining and crying about the evil CEOs with their tax breaks and tax shelters and all, why are you putting a series of ands there? You're like a 6-year-old. And all that other bullshit. You might want to take a good look at yourself. You sit there and say that millionaire like yourself. So you singular, you millionaire like yourself. That's ridiculous. You should be millionaires like yourself, should pay their fair share. Well, do you? Hell no. You're sitting there and sitting there with one hand still, is he? I don't know. You're sitting there and paying the same corporate tax rate that targets paying why, because a long time ago you incorporated yourself. Wow, what a sentence. That targets pain. That targets pain. What are you talking about there? That targets pain, why? Because a long time ago you incorporated yourself. Yourself should be one word. Why? To enjoy the same shelters and loopholes that the great big evil corporations enjoy. Why? ? Or possibly why, to enjoy the no, why ? Isn't it? Then capital T, to enjoy the same, yeah, because it's a question, yeah. Fucking hell. You know I don't like Sean Hannity in the least, but at least, oh for fuck's sake. So you've used the word least 3 times in 6 words. In the least, but at least, he's not as big a hypocrite as you are. Sean Hannity's a massive hypocrite. I mean, Bill Maher's a dick, but Sean Hannity is way worse. If you would like dumb, stupid me, is that dumb, stupid me? I don't know. Anyway, to believe that you're not a hypocrite, then why don't you practice what you preach and donate 90% of what you fucking make? ? I don't think you have to go up 90% of what you make, do you? I really don't think that he's asking for a 90% tax rate on people, unless I've missed something there. I don't think Bill Maher's asked for that. It doesn't seem like he's asking for that higher tax rate. Anyway, that would be more than enough for you to live on, and a lot of charities could sure use that money. Well, I mean, technically that sentence is true, but whatever. Let's leave aside for a moment the millions you make from HBO. What about all the money you get from stand-up, Bill? I doubt you do your stand-up act for free. So, to be consistent, give away 90% of what you make and you would still have more than enough. Oh, for fuck's sake. In consecutive paragraphs, you've repeated 2 words ridiculously. Read through it, Warcorpse. Reread and proofread your shit. More than enough than enough. Oh, more than enough to live comfortably in your fucking mansion. Again, fucking for no reason there. Of course, me and everyone who reads this knows that you're not going to fucking do that. However, I can't really blame you because years before, the Hollywood liberal system of whining about the little... What is that? However, I can't really blame you because years before the Hollywood liberal system... Is that you and the Hollywood liberal system? Of whining about the little guy, insisting you're one of them, while being so far beyond them it's laughable. Oh, wow. I just say you, Bill, perfected. So that's what annoys me, right? You use commas there because you know it's the name. So you're saying that's what you're saying is to that person, and that's the end that you're saying to the person. So you use the commas there. So you know that's how commas are used. So fucking use them consistently. Like use them all the time. What's Jesus fucking Christ? Anyway, apologies if you can hear some rustling. I'm on my beanbag because I'm just such a fucking bad boy. Anyway, lastly, before I get off of you, oh God, if you're on him, Warcorpse, that can't be fucking healthy for him, can it? Lastly, before I get off of you, I want to talk about your association with Peter. Now that Warcorpse doesn't explain what that is. I mean, he does later on, but you should really at least put it in brackets. What that stands for, which is People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They're an animal rights organisation, but you know, a basic authorship there is beyond Warcorpse, it would appear. Anywho, they're brainwashed to believe that this batshit insane organisation actually gives a sautéed rat's ass about animal rights. Sautéed rat's ass is a really weird phrase to use when talking about an animal rights organisation, and it's also a phrase he uses very often. I don't know what sautéed rat's ass. Presumably because sautéed rat's ass would actually be valued than the shit he puts in his cooking show. I don't know. Anyway, well, comma, they don't, and I can prove it, but that's another topic for another time. Oh, fuck, why? Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't like Peter. I think some of the tactics they use are incredibly poor. But even so, if you can prove it, then prove it. Don't say you can prove it. Remember, Bill, and this, comma, and this is a provable fact that Peter kills far more animals than it adopts out. So, right, I'm going to reword that for you. Just remember, Bill, comma, it is a provable fact that Peter kills far more animals than it adopts out. It's not, and this is a provable fact. To me, Bill Maher is the epitome of too many American, two with two O's there, too many Americans today. Plural, not singular. They're such hypocrites that they're hypocrite. Oh, I mean, I think that's fine in terms of the actual construction. It makes sense, but it's so stilted and hackneyed that they're such hypocrites that their hypocrisy has started to make logical sense. Don't use that there, hypocrisy, consecutively like that. That's appalling. I mean, essentially, that's one of the lesser crimes in this book in terms of your literary style, but it's still shit. He's the embodiment of say one thing and do another. Say one thing and do another. That's essentially you're paraphrasing, aren't you? So that should be in italics. Or if it's a direct quote, put it in quotation mark, whatever. Why do I have the feeling that Maher and his hypocrisy do as I say, not as I do? Again, that's a paraphrasing, isn't it? So italics. Mentality is going to pop up in every fucking thing that I write. Question mark. You know, anyway. Next, Alex Jones. It's a short one, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Just want you to know that, I think is supposed to be next, you are a tinfoil hat wearing, stupid, dumb, paranoid, shit spewing, moronic motherfucker. I mean, you nailed it, Warcorpse. You forgot a word in there, but the actual substance of the sentence, spot on. Oh, comma. Just one more thing, lard ass. To challenge British talk show hosts to boxing matches. So, comma, if you happen to read this, and I don't think he's going to be reading this, if you happen to read this and you don't like what my ass has to say about you, anytime you want to get your balls together and come on down, comma, I'll happily kick your fat ass all over squared circle, all over the squared circle or a squared circle. But also, Warcorpse, again, because you're writing so poor, you like to challenge British talk show hosts. Well, you're neither of those things. So why be not British, thankfully, because you get to vote in our election stuff, and that's. And you're not a talk show host. So the fact that he likes to challenge British talk show hosts to boxing matches is irrelevant to you on the boxing. One more thing. The Illuminati rules. Is that a statement that you like the Illuminati, or just a statement of fact that if the Illuminati did exist, it would rule? Because, I mean, that's what Illuminati do. I don't know. Anyway. Next. Oprah. Oprah, comma. The great queen of daytime, I think of the daytime TV airways. How hard exactly was your fall? I mean, comma. You went from the highest paid program on, again, a program for me as a Brit should be spelled with T's and an E, but whatever. Program on television, at least, comma, at least during the afternoon time slot. Without punctuation, it's really difficult to read your nonsense. Even though, I mean, so far what you've said about Oprah seems fine, like it seems accurate enough, but it's difficult to actually get to what you're talking about because it's so poorly worded and constructed. Okay, no. Actually, that could be the tagline for your channel. So poorly worded and so poorly constructed. To what? Question mark. Capital L. Losing a vast fortune on your fucking failing network. Why the word fucking's there, I don't know. If you would have stayed, you'd have still made millions of dollars. And don't forget your book club. Is that book club still going on, by the way? Or did you, the goddamn dinosaur, much like your career? You don't have a full stop at the end of that fucking sentence, and should be a question mark. It's just, I mean, it's just, that's just out there in the ether, that sentence, isn't it? Who knows? It's okay for me, comma, Oprah, comma, I never fucking liked you anyway, and I always get a good laugh when the mighty crumble and fall. Well, okay. I mean, that's, I don't know. I mean, I laugh when deservingly horrific people crumble and fall, but just you don't like the mighty. Okay. I couldn't stand your taste in books. And Warcorpse, you don't like books at all. You've admitted before that reading books is boring and you don't do it. Anyone's taste in books. So, what? Anyone. And generally loathed anything you did. Don't sit on the fence, Warcorpse. Tell us how you feel. I didn't mind your generous spirit around the Christmas holiday. And that's supposed to be holidays, possibly, but anyway. But then again, hell. Why is hell capitalized there? It's Christmas, comma. Even my ass is cherry during that time of year. Is cherry during that? Is that an Americanism? Can the Americans in the comment section let me know? Because that time of year, that's a strange phrase. I can only assume that means something in America. I mean, it might mean something here because I'm not very au fait with the way the folk talk. But no, I don't know. So, comma, what's next for the failing queen? No, falling queen even. You're going to give up on your network? I kind of really doubt it. I doubt it because while you're not a stupid person, Oprah, you've never felt a stupid person, comma, Oprah, and then you've used a comma after Oprah. So, you know, again, your use of commas is infuriatingly inconsistent, Walker. Comma, Walker. You've never failed. Apart from you said earlier she's failed. And you call her the falling queen. So, I mean, I know. Every single thing you've tried since the fucking 80s has been a success. This is the first thing you've done that's been a fucking disaster. Oh, the word fucking all the time is really annoying. Stop it. And you're going to go down with your network, much like the captain of the Titanic. Yeah, okay. I mean, I've got literally nothing to say about that. Ugh. Anyway, Joan Rivers. Now, to be fair, right, this was written before Joan Rivers passed. So, yeah, Anyway, I just want to add that as mitigating circumstance for him. Because he's not nice to her. Well, he's not nice to anyone in this fucking book, but anyway. Joan Rivers, comma, how the fuck did you make it into my goddamn celebrity book? Question mark. For fuck's sake. When was the last time in Spuddy hell were you relevant? Question mark. Fucking hell. What's Spuddy hell? Again, as with Cherry during that time, is Spuddy hell a thing in America? Or has he misspelled the word bloody really badly? I don't know. What, comma, when you were on the Tonight Show? What in the hell have you done since then? Now that's interesting because he like goes, but I'll read on anyway. I will say this, Joan, comma, your ability to stay on television is nothing more than amazing. She hasn't been relevant. Don't switch between talking directly to her and then to us. She's in the first person and the second person in the next sentence. It's annoying. She hasn't been relevant or funny for 20 years, for whatever reason, comma, for 20 years. And for whatever reason, she keeps sticking around the airwaves. Possibly. Anyway, I don't know, comma. Maybe she gives one mean blowjob. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, that's so obviously sexist, Warcorpse. And I'll tell you why, because you would never say that shit about a man. You wouldn't sit there and go, well, clearly he licks a fine minge. Like, you wouldn't ever say it, would you? Anyway, so, yeah. Well, the sexism continues later on, but, yeah, right. Personally, comma, I think Under the Desk has to be the reason she's still on television. Fucking hell. Obviously, yeah. It can't have anything to do with the fact that she was a, celebrated comedian for fucking decades. No. Cans act. I think that's supposed to be can't act. T and S aren't even next to each other on the fucking keyboard, so that's not a typo. That's just you being an idiot. Cans act, can't sing, can't dance, and as I stated, comma, not funny. Right. Again, humour is subjective, Warcorpse. Lots of people did find it funny. Like I say, she was a celebrated comedian for fucking decades. I mean, she was on British TV over the last few decades as well as a comedian. She did stand-up and stuff. She wasn't my cup of tea, but to say she's not funny, that means that you didn't find her funny. But then again, Warcorpse, what you find funny is utter trash. So, I mean, I don't think your grasp on this is great, to be honest, but whatevs. Rivers is an expert in nothing as her fashion show after the Oscars clearly shows. So the fact that she had the Oscars means that that's what she's been doing for the last 30 years. She's not irrelevant. They don't give people television shows about the Oscars who are irrelevant. And I don't even want to stick up for Joan Rivers that much, really, because I didn't think she was particularly funny. I thought the picking apart of people's fashions and attacking their appearances and stuff was very, very damaging potentially to young people and their image consciousness and all the rest of it. But if you're going to attack someone, attack them fairly for what they've done or said or whatever. Anyway, this woman has nothing that anybody wants to see, apart from her fashion show that people did want to see, but whatever. So, comma, how does she keep getting on my goddamn airwaves? Question mark. Anyway, that I can give you as a typo, but you should reread it and then spot the typo. Change it. I don't know, comma. She's consistently on the air. Daughter. Maybe she's the one that is keeping Joan on the air. Maybe Joni's little girl can give over-the-top blowjobs. Again, you wouldn't say that about a dude. Yeah, maybe this mediocre man gives over-the-top fucking... Wouldn't say it, would you? You sexist twat. Because Lord knows it certainly isn't given to her on the merits of her talent. Personally, comma, I wouldn't hire her to host a benefit for a local elementary school bake sale. Well, of course you wouldn't. She does very blue material, you twat. It's not really family-friendly stuff. And I know that you're making a point about her talent or lack thereof, as you see it. Well, it's a poor example because you wouldn't hire her on the basis that you wouldn't ever want children to hear those kinds of jokes, really. Anyway, so, maybe it's time for the decaying plastic surgery-filled Joan Rivers do the world a fucking favour and retire. To do the world a fucking favour and retire. And also that's question mark because you're posing a hypothetical line, so that should be a question mark. What do you think, Joan? Joan. Isn't it about time we put your plastic ass out to pasture? I think it is. I think it's time for Mummy Dearest to pick up the phone or actually go into the living room because you're living with your daughter now. And actually, tell her in your most loving voice, that, no fucking capital T, that it's okay, you don't have to do facials anymore. More sexism. Mummy's finally doing what America wanted her to do a long time ago and go the fuck away. Apart from she had like a successful TV show. Clearly a certain percentage of America didn't want her to go away, or at least were happy with her not going away. Anyhow, we'll do one more and leave it there for today. Hulk Hogan, right? Well, I figured I'd get my childhood hero out of the way early. When I was a kid, this guy was a golden Californian god. I really thought he fought for truth, justice, and the American way. That through training, prayers, and vitamins, I could be whatever the flying fuck I wanted to be. Warcorpse, I genuinely want to know, when did you give up on that dream? When did you give up on the physical training aspect? Because that, I mean, what day did you go, oh, fuck, this isn't happening for me, man? let's give up on that and just sit there ranting about women on the internet. Was it even what you might have been before the internet? I don't know. Anyway. I would even have the strength to body slam Andre the Giant or kick Jesus's beard off. Oh. Whew. Kick Jesus's beard off. That's a brilliant piece of imagery, Warcorpse. But as I grew up, I found out he was a complete lying shithead. Okay. First off, for all his professed love for his little Hulkamaniacs, he was about as easy to get an autograph from as it would be to split the atom with a railroad spike. But you must know that, anyway. I mean, this guy never did anywhere near the charity work of his peers. When he was forced to do an autograph signing, he typically stayed the bare minimum and the bolted the fuck out of there. Oh, and then bolted the fuck out of there, spelled that, not spelled like that word, spelled T-H-E-R-E. It wasn't until his career was starting to flicker out and his, oh, by the way, you know, so he goes, getting an autograph from charity, then autograph again. You know, autograph signings aren't charity work unless you're doing it specifically for a charity, which he never really was. Anyway, it wasn't until his career was starting to flicker out and his relevance was going away that he started, doing the 4-hour autograph things and anything else to keep his name relevant. I think Hogan really did love the wrestling business at some point, but I think that died in the 90s. Because in the 90s, Hogan tried damn near everything to get the fuck out of the WWF Federation. Now it's WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. But Warcorpse didn't need to explain that because, you know, relevant information and stuff is for betas, presumably. He tried movies, but he couldn't act. He tried businesses, but he was the worst businessman in the history of the world. Actually, interesting story which Warcorpse doesn't go into. Possibly doesn't know it, I don't know. But Hulk Hogan nearly became the face of what is now the George Foreman Grill. His agent rang him and said this company, the company that actually made the original George Foreman Grill, they had 2 products and they wanted they had him and George Foreman, and they didn't know which name to put on which one. And one was like a blender, like a blending fruit and make smoothies and all that shit. And the other one was this grill. And they were just going to pay them like a certain amount of money based on how many they sold of the thing, because they didn't expect to sell that many of either, really. And so he just told his agent, just pick whichever. And so his agent just went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, picked the blender. And the blender, no one bought the blender at all. So George Foreman's name went on the grill, and has made George Foreman into the biggest. I mean, he was big. He's probably his name's more well known now than when he was fucking heavyweight or whatever. And he's certainly richer than he was then. So yeah, I mean, that's just bad luck, really. But still, I think to some extent sums up what Warcorpse is just said. Anyway, to Warcorpse's shite. He tried investing and sucked at that. He tried every conceivable thing to get out of the WWF. Their brain schemes cost millions of dollars to pay off. Hogan kept having to go back to his golden goose, the world of professional wrestling. One of the most famous business disasters that cost Hulk millions was the case of Pastamania. Not many people know what the fuck Pastamania was. I certainly didn't, actually. I did. I mean, assuming Warcorpse has gotten this right, I've learned something here. If you would like to know or see a remnant of it, go on Google and type in Pastamania, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see a photo of Hulk Hogan. You'll see a photo of Hulk Hogan. So you'll see a photo of Hulk Hogan with an apron that says Pastamania. Again, that you're quoting that, so that should be quotation marks, or at the very least, no, that's a quote, so a quotation mark. Right? And he is holding a bowl of spaghetti. The restaurant was supposed to be the first of many and was located at the Mall of America. I believe they even showed said restaurants during the opening episode of Nitro. It doesn't explain what Nitro is. Anyway, needless to say, consider yourself lucky. I live in Minnesota, not all that far from the Mall of America. Did. First off, the restaurant was astronomically expensive, but that's to be expected because, hell, it's a tourist trap. Plus, it's Hulk Hogan's restaurant, so I could give him a pass, or give him a pass of it. A pass on it. Jesus fucking Christ, Warcorpse. Pass of it was on par like a fucking Danny's. I think he means Denny's. Again, Americans, if you could help me out, is there a restaurant chain called Danny's? Because I think he means Denny's, doesn't he? But it wasn't. Fucking hell. I only ate there once. Should go with I got the spaghetti and it tasted like spaghetti. Okay, fine. The fucking douchebag didn't even bother. Didn't even bother to hire chefs competent enough to make real pasta. Needless to say, after a short existence, Pastamania closed. It cost Hogan, I don't know how much, probably in 7 figures. Warcorpse, learn to read and write before you publish books, mate. This is embarrassing. Now, with age and injury finally taking Hogan's ability to perform in the ring, as he's done for many decades, he scrambles for a way to make a living and keep the lifestyle he's enjoyed for so long. This is stilted as fuck, man. Most of his fortune is either gone due to being a shitty businessman or to his ex-wife, Linda. So, now with whatever name cachet he has left, he goes to autograph signings, does the event, does that event, does whatever, what the fuck? Does this event, does this event, does that event, does whatever McMahon tells him to do. Now, again, he doesn't explain who McMahon is. He's referring to Vince McMahon, the owner of the what's the WWF, now the WWE. But again, explaining that it would be too much for you, wouldn't it? Warcorpse, fucking hell. Jumping for whatever check McMahon dangles in front of him. I think the worst thing is this greedy motherfucker who can't keep a dollar in the bank has started a multi-level marketing company. This is essentially just Hogan taking people's money, but not, but not. No, is there a comma there? I don't know. But not having the balls to actually beg or ask for it. If you need money so bad, you still have millions of fans that consider you the best goddamn thing ever. So why not? So why don't you just sell 8x10s on eBay? That should be a question mark, obviously, Warcorpse, because you're asking a fucking question. Plus, did you ever give a thought? Did you ever give a thought to I don't know, stepping away from the limelight and staying the fuck home? Question mark. Like Joan Rivers, Hulk Hogan. He used a comma. Brilliant. Like Joan Rivers, Hulk Hogan is a relic from the 80s, whose time is long past. He still has a $5 million fortune, which is a paltry remainder of what once was. However, up to live comfortably to the end of his existence. So, maybe like Joan Rivers, Hulk do the world a favor and go away. Look at that. So maybe like Joan Rivers Hulk. Who's Joan Rivers Hulk, Warcorpse? Yeah, when she's in an outfit that she doesn't like, she gets very angry and bursts out of the outfit. Joan Rivers Hulk jokes for the win. Anyway, yeah, and that's the end of that. So that's, yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today, and we'll pick up on Sean Hannity. That'll be fun, won't it? Yeah, God almighty. Anyway, stop presenting, you motherfucker. Anyway, yes. So I thought I'd bring that to you because the first episode of this series, reading for the Book of Warcorpse, kissing and shitting the stars. Oh, that was it's hard work. I hope you do enjoy this series. As with all my other series, they will be sporadic in terms of when I can be bothered to do them and how long they last and all that. Yeah, but I hope you enjoy them because this is fucking hard work. This is like, as a person who likes good literature, this is like, I don't know, it's like pouring battery acid on my soul. Anyway, leave your comments below. Tell me things I can do to improve this series, so on and so forth. I probably won't do any of them, but constructive criticism is always welcome. I'll stop rambling now. Thank you all for listening and watching. Pip, pip.